we've had a variety today. There's the theme of the conference is the stuff of life. And in the morning there was the theme about the billions, the big numbers, and a lot of stuff about the population and big countries of the world and the way that trends are developing. We moved on in the afternoon talking about the dark side, and that's a change of tone sometimes from TED. Usually they like to focus on the positive, the encouraging emotional energy around the place to inspire people, and so focusing on things that are going to be more problematic, the risks, the crime, the security, the things that are failing, was an interesting change. The first was a professor from MIT called Yasheng Huang, where he was comparing the economic growth rates, and he said that actually the democracy is the way that countries can actually facilitate longer term, faster economic growth. And he made an interesting challenge as to why is it that economists are so in love with authoritarian governments, and how important really is infrastructure, because if infrastructure is really crucial to economic growth, then maybe there's some benefit in authoritarian governments because they can push some of the objections aside more easily. However, his conclusion from his work is that the infrastructure tends to be more a result of the economic growth rather than a precursor to it. Another good talk this morning that got a rapturous reception from the audience, it was Tim Harford talking about some of the themes from his new book called Adapt. He's a scenarios team old boy from Shao, and he was talking about the fact that we need to get rid of the God complex. There are so many experts in particular fields that think they know how to sort of solve the problems, they understand how the world works. And he said it's too complex to understand. The best we can do is trial and error, is to adapt and find out what works. Try 10 things, choose the best of those 10 that work, then make adaptations on that one that works and try the best of those 10. And then TED is always very good for having something completely different. And one that was very different indeed was a fellow called Joe Castillo from America, who was doing this art demonstration the like of which I've never seen before. And he used a screen with sand, I guess it was, and shining lights, and he was creating images and faces and pictures within the sand, and this has apparently been a sort of huge success. And I would highly recommend anybody just to try and get a snapshot of his TED talk when that comes online.